My biggest play, of course, was, which is what I'm most famous for, is Pancake Swap.
Your top 10 holder in Pancake
I was
Swap.
a top 10 holder. I owned 1% of the not of the circulating supply, the whole supply. I owned 1% of the supply, sub 50 cents or sub $25 million market cap, something ridiculous. And I rode that up to $2.6 billion market cap. So much so that I tattooed it on my neck.
So how much did you make from that investment?
Millions. It was a good opportunity.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Enough to put me away for the rest of my life. Yeah. From that play alone, I could live 30 years just from that.
How much money was it?
A lot.
Like, you care to see that amount?
Over 5.
Over $5 million?
Yeah.
Nice. Amazing.
The goal is, what people don't understand is that the goal in business is to make money, but then you got to multiply the money.
Yeah.
And it's easier to multiply it through investments and through high risk, high yield opportunities, because when you're young, like we are, you can take risks.
Yeah.
You can do things that most people aren't willing to do. You can
be aggressive. You don't have a family to feed.
Exactly. And that's what I did. I was aggressive. But just like I made, $5 to $7 million in a day in crypto, which is where I made most of my money, I've also lost a ton of money, right? Because I realized that if you want to play big, right, and you want to make a lot of money, you have to be able to bet big as well. Yeah. And that's what people don't talk about. You see it on the news, you see it on Yahoo or CNBC, you see a fund lose $100 million or $200 million, and you don't actually think about how much money that actually is. Yeah. But that's a bet. So I came to realize I'm no longer in the business of doing bets for drop shipping. I'm no longer betting on $50 ad sets and shit of that nature. I'm here doing 10 million plus deals. That's the game that I'm in at this point. Because since you're expending the same amount of time and energy, might as well secure a bigger bag.
100%, yeah. No, definitely we're gonna talk about all those crypto ventures. But before we get into it, I want to talk a bit about the dropshipping days. How long, like, how's the dropshipping journey, the e-commerce business? When did you make your first money? Let's say your first $1 million month, or even went on to make your first $1 million day. Talk us through that
2007.
First of all, do you care to say what you were selling on?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what my biggest niche was. My biggest niche was home products. Why? Because I understood that I needed a few things in order to succeed in dropshipping. One is I needed an evergreen market. I needed to sell a product that wasn't a one-off. I couldn't have one-time customers. I needed repeat customers with long and high lifetime value retention. I needed my customers to be worth more than $14 and spending a ton of money and paying Zuck to give me these customers, because I understood how complicated it was going to be, because the model was very simple, therefore it could be replicated. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let's make our money with drop shipping. It's really good, but also we need to be adapting on everything that's back end, our SMS flows, our email marketing, our ability to build a funnel of products based on.
Where'd you learn all this stuff from?
Bro, it's all on the internet, and it's logic. If you're thinking about a customer journey, right? Let's say you enter into my business. A lot of this has to do with logic. People are like, oh, where did you learn this shit? Where did you read this? Sometimes you just have to sit down and analyze. Sometimes you just have to sit down and think. Most people don't think.
They don't have any time to think. They're always scrolling away, and
they have time. They don't make it.
Yeah.
They don't make time to. They don't make time to think. And when you understand that thinking is actually a skill, you begin to develop it.
Yeah.
Thinking is a skill set. I spent, in fact, it was about 8 to 12 months sitting around a fire. Literally, it was my job to sit around the fire, and we were just masterminding. I would bring different people into my house. I would come spend a few weeks with us, and we would literally sit down and mastermind. I didn't make money for that period of time. We were making, 100, 200K a month, light work, but I spent my entire time developing how to think. And what I realized is, with drop shipping specifically, is that in order for you to have a winning niche, you need a couple things. The first one is an evergreen ecosystem, your ability to continuously sell in perpetuity. Okay. The second thing is you need a big enough audience. Okay. So your pool of customers, if you're trying to scale to $1 million day, you can't have a 200,000 person audience.
You need a big market.
You need a big market.
Target the masses.
So that's why I was like, okay, let me sell household products, because every person is going to need this in perpetuity, always and forever.
100%.
And then finally, I was like, I need to make sure, because a lot of people drop ship and they try to finesse Facebook. I'm like, dude, I'm not in the business of finessing Facebook. I want to have a good relationship with Facebook. Yeah. They are giving me the ability to advertise. I want a good relationship.
Yeah, you can't bite the hand that feeds you.
Exactly. So I built good relationships with reps. I had good ad credits. And what I came to realize is I can actually still succeed and follow their terms and conditions. So when COVID rolled around, which was our first kind of like $1 million day, was
$1 million in a day.
Light work. I've done $5 million in a day. Profit. It's nothing, bro. What you're looking at here, Dubai, what I'm doing is pennies, dude. You can Dubai, these printing $1 billion a day. So when all these kids on the internet, they're like, oh, $5 million, there's no way. Dude, you have no idea the level of wealth there is out there and your pee-wee brain can't get it, it's okay. So $5 million is chump change. I see it as, so a lot of people are like, oh, $5 million, show the receipts. Bro, my out here doing $1 billion a day.
And the receipts are there because they've seen your projects.
Oh yeah, good. You can see the projects. You can literally go on my highlights where I'm literally telling my to literally buy every single thing that I bought. I told people to literally buy Bored Ape Yacht Club at 4 ETH, where I was literally buying them up. People didn't listen. I told people to cash out of crypto at $4,000 in ETH. I sold all my ETH at $3,950. Every single penny of it. I have order blocks on my Binance that show $1 million to $2 million sales at that price.
Most people were greedy at the time. They wanted to hold for more.
Most people are gambling. Most people don't understand that the goal is to accumulate wins. It's compounding wins that matter. It's not this idea of
one big
win, dude. I'm in the business of big wins now, but when I started off, I wasn't in the business of a big win. I needed consecutive wins. Why? I needed to build up my self-esteem. I needed to build up my dubs, and I needed to build up the confidence that I could actually do bigger deals.
Yeah.
So anyways, so then the final aspect of this dropshipping ecosystem was, like I said, having a good relationship with Facebook and having a good relationship with the advertising platforms and making sure that you can follow the rules and you can succeed that way. Why? Because they will push your stuff if your content and your product and your ad is good, right? Because if they're pulling people out of the platform, they want to make sure that the customer is having a good experience.
Right. Otherwise, they're
exactly
their customer retention.
So when COVID rolled around and they banned masks and they banned hand sanitizers because like going super hard and super greedy and charging 4 or 5x and scamming people, I said, maybe instead of selling it to people, which was banned, I sell it to animals. So I started selling, these health products and these sanitation products, but it was niched to pets. And that was not circumventing the policy. Therefore, we had crazy viral ads because the fear was the same. You just redirected, right, to a different scenario. So I think we had the top 10 ad of Facebook, top 10 or top 20 of all time. I think it had over 250 million views on the ad.
How much did you spend for that ad?
Millions of dollars, bro, because it was over months.
So what exactly is the product? Like,
I can't say exactly the product because it still works. I can't tell you what the product is, but I've given you the niche, right, which is household products, and I've told you that we niched it to
pets.
Sanitation products for pets. We repurposed it. So that's how we operated it, and it works super well. I'll give all the drop shippers in the e-commerce kids a little freebie. What really helped us in our ecosystem and our ability to, because your ad is an ecosystem. It's not just a placement. That's what people don't understand. Your ad is designed, right, by nature to just be in front of people. Then what the ad actually is in the ecosystem that you build around the ad begins to kick in. What do I mean by this? That there's multiple things inside your ad that people don't take into account, that if you take into account, you're going to reduce your CPMs, you're going to increase your conversions, and you're going to make sure that you're saving money in advertising. What is this? A few things. You have your copy, you have your creative, you have your comment section, you have your customers, you have your viewers, and you have your retargeting.
That's your variables.
Most people only look at their creative and only look at their copy. That's it. Nobody looks at the comment section. So what did we do? We began treating the comment section, understanding that if people commented in the comment section, Facebook would trigger it as people being interested, therefore boosting the post and reducing our CPM.
Engagement,
So what would we do? We engagement farmed real conversations like a Reddit forum. So what would happen? Lady A would hop into our ad, right? And she would be in a scenario where like, oh, this is a cool product. It would be nice for my dog. Most would go on the drop shipping comment, right? And be like, oh, well, that's cool. You can get it for 50% off. Here's the link. What did we do? Cultivate relationships with customers. Oh, that's great. Do you mind sharing a photo of your dog? Boom. Next person, that's a cute dog. Oh, perfect. Do you have a dog? Please post a photo of your dog. Then we would trigger controversy. So we would have an account that would go be like, I don't like that dog.
It's an ugly dog.
It's an ugly dog. And people would go crazy and comment. But
don't call my dog ugly.
But Facebook doesn't know the difference. Therefore, we began to have extremely cheap CPMs, massively cheap CPMs that we'd never seen before. CPMs, for the people that don't know what that is, CPM, that's cost per thousand, mil is in Spanish or in Latin, cost per thousand. So we were able to reduce, based off of that strategy that I just told you guys, our advertising cost by 160x.
And it's so simple.
Our shit was so clean, dude. That's how so when when people say dropshipping is dead, dropshipping ain't dead. Your ability to market and your ability to move and redevelop and reinvent your strategies is dead. What used to work no longer works.
Yeah.
But dropshipping is going to be around for the next couple hundred years. How it looks like, how it's formatted is different. People have been dropshipping for thousands of years. What is dropshipping? Your ability to arbitrage a product that you've never seen. We just started using Shopify on the internet. Before, it used to be QVC, and it used to be the shit that you would see online. And it's going to be the next thing and the next time, right? So the model will exist in perpetuity. How the model is expressed,
The technology.
will change.
The technology.
And that's where you have to adapt. So if people are like, oh, Facebook is oh, my ads are shit. Oh,
Shopify.
dropshipping is dead. Oh, my tracking
PayPal.
pixel is terrible. I can't process payments. Those are all excuses. And excuses are for fucking losers.
You have to adapt.
Exactly. You adapt or you die.
Yeah. Sink or swim.